page of your notebook. Brianna, where's your notebook? Probably in your folder. Grab it out. I'm going to have you take a few notes today while I'm talking, so let's get our page set up. We need the date in the upper right-hand corner. So let's put el 17 de septiembre 2020. What's the deal with these numbers up here? If you're like, there is not 17 months in the year. I don't know why you sound like an old lady, but you do. Sarah?
That's how we write it.
Yes, that's how we write it in Spanish. We have the day first, then the month, then the year. Yes, ma'am. You're welcome. All right. I like that you asked for what you need, though. You didn't just like sit there doing nothing. That's good. Don't just sit there doing nothing. Brianna? Okay. The title for today is, and you can write it big across the top.
Mr. Warner, please go to the back doors, please. Mr. Warner, please go to the back doors.
Las preferencias. Anyone think they know what las preferencias might mean, Axton?
D is preferences.
Sí, perfecto. Preferences. We're going to talk about preferences today. On that first line, you're going to have two sections. First section is titled Yo. Anyone know what yo means in Espanol? Anna? I. Okay, so I'm just going to put that in parentheses so you don't forget. If you know what it means, you don't need to write it again. And then next to it, you need la clase, which means, Megan, the class. And then you can draw a little squiggle down it. You don't need the whole page, so you don't need to do like an excessively long squiggle. You're only actually going to use 5 lines. There you go. You can set up your page just like that, so that you're ready to go. I will let you know when you need to write on your paper. So when you're not writing, you should make sure that your eyes are on me and that you are organized and ready to go. So take a moment, make sure your paper is ready, that you have everything filled out. And I'm going to switch my mask to one that doesn't clog up my glasses so much, hopefully. Let's try multicolored. See if that one works. Oh good. Whiteboard in there. All right. Do you remember the first week of school I had you fill out a Google form and I asked you a lot of questions about what you prefer? Like, would you prefer having a cat or a dog? Would you prefer living in the city or in the country? Those types of things? See? No? Maybe? Okay. So I have put together our responses and we'll see which ones are more popular and what we prefer. Sobre nuestra clase, about our class. The question, prefieres, that means do you prefer, show me prefieres. Prefieres tener means to have, show me tener. You're not like beating someone up though. You're not like gonna punch them. You're just like have something in your hand. Maybe you have like a quarter. Just have something in there. Okay. Prefieres tener un gato o un perro? Who can tell me what this question's asking? Miranda?
Do you prefer cats or dogs?
Not just do you prefer them, but do you prefer, Jack?
To have a cat.
To have a cat or a dog. So, think about it. Under the column that says yo, you need to make a choice. You should write down perro o gato. So one of those options. You have to pick. Can't put both. You can't put either. You have to pick.
I have dogs that would be
Voices are off. It's my turn. Lila?
I want to choose cat, but the dog in that picture is so fluffy.
Well, it's not necessarily this dog. It's just a dog. So, you gotta make a choice. I can't help you with that. Sarah?
The thing is that picture, like, literally is my dog.
Ooh, nice. Okay, who thinks I prefer to have a cat? Who thinks I prefer to have a dog? Brianna, you didn't vote. Dog? I think I prefer a dog. Yo prefiero tener un gato. Porque yo tengo dos gatos. Y me gustan gatos mucho. Y la clase prefiere, un momento. No es la clase, not now. 46 estudiantes. 46 estudiantes en el quinto grado en inglés. Ana?
5th grade.
Sí, 46 estudiantes en el quinto grado votaron. They,
Voted.
sí, ok. Y la clase prefieren tener un perro. 15 estudiantes prefieren tener un gato. 31 estudiantes prefieren tener un perro. ¿Cuál es más popular? ¿Cuál es más popular? What am I asking? Megan? Sí. ¿Cuál es más popular? ¿Gato o perro? Clase? Perro. So that's what we're going to write down. For la clase. Número 2. ¿Prefieres la playa o las montañas? What's this question asking? Sarah?
Would you prefer to go to the beach or the mountains?
Do you prefer the beach or the mountains? Who thinks I prefer the beach? Who thinks I prefer the mountains? Yo prefiero las montañas. Porque me gusta explorar. I like to
Explore.
see. So, make a choice for yourself. To decide, is it playa o montañas? El quinto grado prefiere, what did I just say?
The 5th grade prefers.
El quinto grado prefiere la playa. 37 estudiantes prefieren la playa. 9 estudiantes prefieren las montañas. ¿La playa es popular? ¿Sí o no?
Sí.
Sí, es muy popular. ¿Y cuál es más popular? ¿La playa o las montañas? La playa. Número 3. ¿Prefieres comer? Comer means eat. Show me comer. Even though you're just like shoving food into your mask, it's fine. ¿Prefieres tener? Comer. Okay. ¿Prefieres comer helado? ¿Helado en inglés?
Ice cream.
Sí. O comer pastel. ¿Pastel en inglés? Cake. Sí. No son pastelitos. Pastel. So they're not Sí. pastel. Okay. Oh no, you have to guess first. comer helado. Mi favorito es menta y chocolate. What did I tell you?
You like mint chocolate chip?
Sí, es mi favorito. Okay, make a choice for yourself. Helado o pastel? Helado o pastel? En el quinto grado, los estudiantes prefieren helado. 30 estudiantes prefieren helado y 16 prefieren pastel. ¿Cuál es más popular? ¿Helado o pastel? ¿Pastel? Helado. How many of you have the same preferences as the class so far? Like all three are the exact same? Anyone? Have perro, playa, and helado? No? Interesante. Número 4. ¿Prefieres vivir en inglés, voluntario? Absent?
It is loose.
Sí. ¿Prefieres vivir en una ciudad? ¿Ciudad en inglés?
City.
Sí. O en el campo. ¿Campo en inglés? Sí. This sparked a lot of debate in my middle school classes. They got a little frustrated with each other about why the city or the country was better. Who thinks I prefer to live in the city? Who thinks I prefer the country? Brianna, did you vote? Yo prefiero vivir en la ciudad. Porque hay muchos restaurantes y amigos y conciertos. What are the 3 reasons why I prefer the city? If you can only come up with one, that's okay. I'll call on other people to fill in the blanks. Anna?
You like restaurants?
I like restaurants. 2 more reasons. Anna?
Your friends are there.
My friends. Conciertos, Jack?
And you like concerts?
Yes, I love concerts. If you're in the country, I mean, look at this. If you lived in this house, you'd have to drive so far to get to a concert. Like over the mountains, probably. Unless there's a city like right here and we just can't see it. I don't know. All right, put your preference down. Put your preference down. Ciudad o campo? El quinto grado. Los estudiantes prefieren vivir en el campo. 19 estudiantes prefieren la ciudad. 27 estudiantes prefieren el campo. ¿Cuál es más popular? ¿Ciudad o campo? Campo. All right, anyone want to defend their choice here of why you picked what you picked? Axton?
The country, because they probably don't have restaurants, but you can have friends living in the country, and you can have a really cool, really big concert.
That's true, you could have a really big concert. Lila?
I'm defending city because they have the best restaurants. I agree with you, and they have they sell the best food at Quick Trip, and then
Maybe there's a quick trip in the country.
the houses are pretty, and in the country you don't have any Wi-Fi.
Depends on where in
And
the
you're
country.
living on a mountain, so how are you gonna get down?
All good thoughts, all good
And
thoughts.
one more
Okay.
thing. There are mountain goats over there. They're gonna trample you.
Okay, good luck with that. Better in the city for you, I think. Miranda?
I chose country because it's quiet, because I live by a fire station, so it's really loud.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun because you can take care of your livestock and it's really fun.
Okay, Jack?
I chose country because you can like explore and go on ATV rides, and like Lila said, there are good restaurants in the country, but some of the ones up north, they're really good.
Because it's the only one there and they have to be good. Brianna?
I choose the country because you get a lot of space to build stuff in.
That's
If you want
true.
to expand the house, and plus where do all the stores get their food? If there wasn't a country, there wouldn't be a city.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Anna?
I say the city because I literally live in a very small space and I'm used to it, and I like living in a small space. I don't like to be really small and something big. I like to be small and small. I like to make it match.
I got you. I got you. Anna?
I live in the country because there's a lot of like backyard space, and then you don't have to worry about like loud neighbors or anything.
Good point.
You
Good
can
point.
like you don't have to, and you don't have to worry about annoying your neighbors.
That's true. You can be really loud. Alexis?
I prefer the city because I just like living on the tall buildings.
Like the tall buildings. Sarah?
I would prefer the city because, well, if you're in the country, there's not many jobs, but if you're in the city, there's lots of jobs.
Different kinds of jobs too. Because the country, there might be only certain kinds of jobs. That's a good idea. Megan, we got to hear from you. Everyone else says their opinion.
I would prefer the country.
Why? So you can have 4 million snails? Oh. You're not sure why? Just like the country. All right, sorry, Lila. We got to move on to the last one. This one was also a heated debate among the middle school classes when we talked about it. ¿Prefieres estar atrapado con un león salvaje? What is this one? What does this option mean? Brianna?
Being trapped with a savage lion.
Oh!
Cross it.
Oh.
Sorry.
Cruzar un desierto sin agua. No tienes agua. Miranda?
Crossing the desert without any water.
Uh-huh. You have a question, Anna?
Yes. How large is this desert, and how big of the room are you trapped in with this lion?
No saying.
Oh, okay.
You gotta take your bets on that one. Who thinks I'd rather be trapped with a lion? Who thinks I'd rather cross the desert without water? Yo prefiero estar atrapada con un león porque el león es un gato. Y me gustan gatos. Y yo hablo gato. I speak. Sí. Sí. Yo hablo gato. Y el león y yo hablamos y somos amigos. Sí, okay. Write your choice down. León o desierto. León o desierto. En el quinto grado, los estudiantes prefieren estar atrapados con un león. 30 estudiantes prefieren el león. 16 prefieren el desierto. ¿Cuál es más popular, el león o desierto? León. All right, I'll take one argument for each, and then we gotta do our things. You gotta have like the strongest arguments. I'm only picking one person for each. Let's start with the lion. Start with the lion. Okay, Anna.
Okay. I would choose the lion only. I have two reasons.
Okay.
First of all, it wouldn't be a painful death. It would just be like, boom, you're dead.
Who
And
says you're dying?
because it's a lion, you're trapped in a room.
So you don't speak cat?
No, I don't speak cat.
Oh, that's unfortunate for you.
Yeah, so they kill you, you're dead. But you have to cross the desert with no water, so you'd suffer.
Okay. What's your other thing to say on the second reason?
I forgot that one.
Okay. All right. Who wants to defend the desert? You're getting a little too high there for me.
Sorry.
I need to hire a job. Hold on, put your hands down. I need someone who makes quick and easy decisions. Like you're not indecisive and you're not afraid to like offend people if you don't pick them. So if like the class is like, oh, we don't know what color we want it to be, blue or green, and I'm like, I don't want to pick. I need someone who can be like, blue, to make a choice quick.
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you think you can do that pretty well. You're good at making decisions.
Kind of.
All right, keep your hands up, keep them up if you want the job. The rest of you, including those of you with your arms up, but you're gonna have to use like 2 arms here. You need to point to the person that you think will make the best decisions, and you can't point to yourself. So keep your arm up if you want the job and point with the other. The rest of you can just point to someone who you think would make a good job. I don't know who you point to. You gotta point to someone. You can't point to yourself, that's cheating. That's cheating. No? Point to yourself, I won't hire you. It's not an option. Megan, you gotta point to someone.
Yeah, I get my point. I'm not getting my job.
Yeah, who are you pointing to? Jack. You can't point to me. My hand's not in the air.
Well, too bad. They'll give him the job.
Alexis, who are you pointing to? Oh man, I need a decider to decide this.
I can decide.
Alright, now we have to be, hold on, keep your pointing. You're just getting exercising for your arms too. I mowed my lawn yesterday. What did you do? No, just kidding. Okay.
I sat in my bedroom.
No, I don't want you to actually answer me. I was just kidding. Okay. You can't tell me you're pointing. Okay, there we go. Now, you can't be a sore loser because I have 800 more jobs to hire for, so you might want a different one more. Sarah, who are you pointing to?
I'm supposed to point?
Yeah, you gotta point too. You gotta double arm it. Un applauso para Jack. Come on. Okay, when I say un applauso, you all need to applaud. Un applauso para Jack. I'll just keep waiting until we're all applauding. Just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going. Nope. With our hands. Both of them. We're just gonna keep going. We're still going. We're still going. Nope. Why do I need you all to applaud? Sarah?
Because I don't want to be a sore loser.
Well, that's part of it. We gotta make sure that we are okay when we don't get picked sometimes, because I have like 100 more jobs that you might enjoy more. But more importantly, what did I ask you to do? Anna? Applaud. So if you don't applaud, what's happening? Anna?
Not listening.
Or you're not following directions, you're being disrespectful. Okay? I also need to hire for, oh, sorry, Jack, do you accept the job of decider?
Yeah.
Okay. I also need to hire now a hype guy or a hype girl. So, hold on, you don't know what it is yet. So when I say, un applauso para whoever, your job is to be like, woo! And like start the clapping. And like make everyone else like hyped up. So raise your hand if you would like that job. Alright, point to the person you think will be good at this. You can't point to yourself. You can never point to yourself when I'm hiring for
You
jobs.
didn't say this time.
Every time, you can never point to yourself. Un applauso para Anna! What was that? Okay, we're gonna cut that off. Anna, do you accept this job?
Yes.
Okay, great. What were we doing?
We were giving
Making
jobs.
jobs.
I know, but before that.
The argument.
Oh, yes, argument for the desert. Look, Jeff, you have to pick because you're the decider. Ooh, Anna versus Anna.
I do I go across the desert because maybe you could find a camel and then that could make you go faster and then you could get out of the desert. See, if you were in the forest, the lion, you would have no way out because you were trapped in there, but the desert, it says you just have to walk across it. Maybe you could get across it on a camel.
Okay. You don't speak cat either?
No.
Oh, that's unfortunate. All right. You need to get out your Chromebooks. You need to open them and get logged in to Google Classroom. Click on our class. You guys log into these in the morning before you come here?
We always have to log out if we log in.
I don't.
I
I just
know.
shut it.
I just shut it. So
Yeah, if no one else is going to be using your computer, you might as well just close it. and
Yeah,
keep it
that was.
logged
I
in.
had two. That's when
Open
the
it.
two classes shared it.
But at the end of the week, you should for sure turn it off so that it can charge good over the weekend. So once you are in our classroom, you're going to click on the classwork tab. You're going to ignore the pending assignments for next week. We're going to pretend those aren't there. And you're going to click on the one that says all about 5th grade. If you're ever absent, I do always post my video lesson that I give to the online students, so you can go on Google Classroom and complete your assignment anyway. Since I only see you once a week, it's really hard for me to track you down if you miss stuff. Go ahead and open the Google form for all about 5th grade.
I'm still logging in.
That's okay, you'll get there, we have time. And then put in your class, your last name, and your first name, and then just pause for a moment. We'll wait till everyone gets caught up with us.
Also, you have an easy way to track me down. My sister.
This is true. She's been checking in on you. But she's only here every other day. Lila, you don't need your headphones. Thank you. At least not yet. All right. You're going to go through and answer the questions. According to the video, or me talking to you live in person, what did the class prefer? To have a cat or to have a dog? Click your answer.
Mine is still loaded.
That's okay.
Why?
I'll help you out if we need to. Then according to the video or according to our survey, what did the class prefer? The mountains or the beach? According to the survey, what did the class prefer? Ice cream or cake? According to the survey, did we prefer the class, the city, or the country? And finally, did the class prefer to be trapped with a lion or cross the desert without water? I'm going to have you pause on the last question until everyone's there, or until most of us are there, if Aston's computer decides to work for us. Sometimes you have to talk nice to it, and you have to say really sweet things, and tell it how much you love it, and how much you want it to work for you.
It's hard because this
Come on,
can't be my
computer.
favorite
We love you.
I had gotten
Work, please.
you had gotten extra mental trips, so it can't be my favorite.
We'll type on me.
And
What
I
do you
can't
want?
use the favorites at all.
No.
There we go. Okay. I'll come help you if needed. Can you turn that back to normal? Please don't mess with that. All right. We are going to come up with our words together. together that are newer that we may have learned today. So if there's a word that you were like, oh, I learned a new word today, raise your hand. Tell me what it was in English or in Spanish. Anna?
Oh, learn today?
Yeah.
Leon.
Leon. And Anna, do you know what Leon is in English?
One.
All right, if that one was new for you, you can put that in that last question. You just type that in. We have to come up with 3 at least. Anyone else have another word from today? Lila? What one? Yo. And what was yo? I. Anyone else have another word? Anna?
The pastel.
Pastel. And what is pastel?
Cake.
Cake. Anyone else have another word? Brianna?
Preferencias.
Preferencias. And what is that?
Preferences.
One more. Jack?
Helado,
Helado. And what is helado?
ice cream.
So you only need to include 3 of those. We've put 4 on the board. So you need to put 3 of them in there. So if you already knew one of those, leave that one off the list. Sarah? Sure, you can put more than 3. 3 is the minimum. And then hit submit when you are finished. Ask them, let me know if you need help.
I'm just having to go through this.
Okay, take your time. We've got about 5 minutes before we need to clean up. So you guys can, if you are finished and you've submitted this, you can go on Senior Wooly for 5 minutes if you would like to play around or explore the new videos or buy some avatars or whatever it is. We just have a few minutes left over. Miranda? Oh, that's okay. Just want to make sure we get these all turned in today.